banged Gene Hackman.
Banged?
I banged Gene Hackman when I was in my early 20s. Gene Hackman, and I had an eye flirt, and I was like, heck yeah, Gene Hackman. I was like, Lex Luthor and I were like, what's up?
Hi, I'm Chris, and welcome to the Toasted Marshmallow Adventures podcast. Today in studio, the new studio, we have Tilly the comic with us tonight. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Finally.
Yes, finally.
Oh,
It's
gosh.
been
a
while.
Cheers.
Yes.
Excellent.
COVID got us twice.
Yeah, it really
that
did.
was crazy.
Yes, my son the week
And
of his
then me.
birthday, and then
Yeah.
you the week after.
Yeah.
Tina Town
This
said
is
howdy,
amazing.
howdy, y'all.
Howdy, howdy.
Hey, Tina Town.
Hey,
Yeah, that was
Sweet.
ridiculous. I was like, she's totally going to think I'm lying, but I totally am cold.
Yeah,
And it
I
wasn't
know.
bad. It was just a couple days, but then I had the 10-day wait, and I felt fine. How's your son?
He was gaming the whole time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It
the
wasn't
little
too
shit
bad.
didn't seem to be too like
And-
one day of real, sort of just really exhaustion.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
And you guys were fine?
We're fine. He had just gotten the vaccination, the second vaccination, like a month before.
Okay.
So luckily it was probably less than it could have been,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And then we're triple boosted, so
Yeah, and we'd all been
we've got the
vaccinated.
6G.
and
you
So,
know.
yeah. So Chris never got it. My stepdad, who stays with us now to
Yeah.
take care of my mom, who has Alzheimer's, he never got it. My mom never got it. We're like, this is weird.
It's
Yeah, it
weird how it
was.
hits people.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we've stayed in the same room
Same
still.
room. I
and-
maxed up. I slept with a mask
yeah, you
on
did,
just
yeah.
because like Chris cares for my mom at times, and I was like, I can't have
Yeah.
this happen.
Yeah.
So, but nobody else, just me. Weird.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
I
That's
know,
really
it's
weird.
crazy.
So welcome. We're very happy
Yes.
to
Thank
have
you so
It's
much
been
for
a long
having me.
time
Cheers.
coming.
I know it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Right, yes.
I'm very excited to be here. It's a cool studio,
Yay.
and
And
it
you
was
were
a
here
fun
on
grand opening.
Thank
Yeah,
you
that
so
got
much.
crazy.
It
Oh
did.
my god!
That was
Yes,
fun,
I got
though.
to see
And
Titty
crazy.
before I left. It
Yeah,
was
I
amazing.
know.
She's like, that was only meant for Wendy, but it was right in front of the camera.
Oh my
I
gosh!
know.
Like so up close to the camera.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Like, I thought I wasn't on
She's
camera.
like, we're deleting that, right? I was like, nope.
Jeez.
This is
Oh my
good
gosh.
content.
Your kids are grown. You're fine. Your kids are grown.
And we love
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
And we love tacos titties,
Yeah.
so it's great.
I love her. Yeah. She's amazing.
Yeah, she's great. So let's get started here. First, I've got to
Oh,
talk
sorry.
to you about this cooking video I
Oh,
watched last
We laid
night.
in bed.
Tilly the Comic Cooks.
I would love
Yes.
to see that on the weekly. Honestly, I would.
Thank
that was
you.
amazing. I don't know what it was. Just the freestyle of it, just you talking through it.
Yeah, there was
I
something
feel
that
like
kept you watching.
Yeah,
It was-
and you edited that. You cut it and
A little
Came back
bit. I
and-
mean,
yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
When I needed to, I
Yeah.
tried to edit it as best I could.
No,
you
it
know,
was-
I'm not the most
it really was good.
handy, but
Yeah,
thank
he
you.
and I
I
just laid
appreciate
there
it.
like, oh my God, there's more. So taking macaroni and cheese,
Oh, yes, fried macaroni and cheese balls.
Oh, yeah.
pizza,
Yes.
and tater tots.
Yes.
With 6 eggs and making like a frittata or something.
Yes.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh shit. it
It's
all
the
came
hangover
out.
breakfast. It's
Wow.
the hangover breakfast.
How did that taste?
It tastes amazing.
Okay,
The
I would
first time
expect it to, but I've never had anything like it.
Yeah.
The first time I ever did it was long before Tilly the comic existed and long before Tilly the comic cooks. And it was, I worked at a nice fine dining restaurant. I had a hamburger and I had a leftover and it just smelled so good. The next morning I go, you know what? I bet I could turn this into an egg dish. And yeah, and I've had actually people reach out to me online and say they've tried something where they took
Really?
their hangover
Yeah,
food
you were
and made
breading-
something
you were
and like
breading macaroni, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
oh no, she didn't.
And then, and then deep fried it.
Yeah, deep fried it.
exactly.
Yes.
I know you gotta have all the crap.
Very, very
I mean,
healthy.
when you can. It's not for every day.
No.
So Chris and I are like constantly on a diet, and so we were watching this going, oh my God. Oh my
Like we
Oh,
would
this
like
is
some of that
amazing.
right now.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, yeah. If you like, yeah, I like those kind of shows too. I actually lied in bed this morning because today's one of my days off,
Oh,
and
nice.
I watched the show on Netflix, if I'm allowed to say
Of
that.
course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Netflix, and it's like Mexico street eats or something like that, and
Mm.
it's and the guy who's narrating it. If you don't speak Spanish, it does not
It doesn't
matter
matter.
because the way he pronounces things, it like makes everything sound fucking amazing. Like you're just like, "Oh my god. That will give me a heart attack in one day, but I want to eat it because this man is narrating so beautifully. Like he needs to win an Emmy for
Yeah.
that. He really does."
I just told Chris on the way here that like last week was the second time I've seen an ambulance at Golden Corral, and
In
in,
Nampa,
like,
yeah.
in like a few weeks, and I'm like, it's a heart attack, right?
Yeah.
So
I
yours
have
just
not
like,
done the Golden
No, I've
Corral.
never
It's
done it.
been a while. I used to do the
I
Sizzler
haven't done it in
as a
years.
kid, like
Oh, yeah, I
the
did
Sizzler
Sizzler.
buffet.
Oh yeah, Sizzler. Well, yeah, we did Sizzler. Oh yeah, there were. Speaking of diets, one time we were coming back, I think from a ski trip, and we were like,
we're fat.
well, let's get something healthy. We'll go to the Sizzler salad bar. Oh my
No.
God, we
You're
walked
like
out of there like
bacon ranch.
5 pounds heavier. Yeah.
The Sizzler salad bar, like where you can put like a whole like ground chuck burger
Yeah,
on your
exactly.
salad. Like
This is normal, right?
That's my kind of
this is a
salad
good
bar.
thing. That's a good thing.
So you don't eat like that every day?
I try not
Okay.
to. No, I try not
'Cause I
to.
was
We,
like, oh,
we
shit,
try to
need
switch it
go to
up.
Her house.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
Well, and I was
I do love to
including-
cook.
She brought cookies for our grand opening
know,
that
I'm
are
gonna-
amazing.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you two
yeah.
talk. I'm gonna eat a
These-
cookie.
These
Oh
are
my goodness.
fantastic
That's what-
cookies. So is
And
there
they have been preserved.
something special about them? Because
Well, everyone asks if they're weed, and I will say no. I did not. I'm too cheap
are
for that.
weed-free
No,
cookies,
these are weed free, but these are.
they have been frozen.
I call them
or in the
energy
fridge.
cookies. They're
They're
just.
very good. Yeah.
Yeah, I
very,
like.
very good.
The problem is people ask me for recipes, and I usually don't use
You
recipes.
don't measure.
I
yeah.
don't.
You're more like
because
Chris. He doesn't measure. He's just like.
I hate measuring.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love watching that show, the Great British Baking Show.
I do too.
But I could never ever do that
Yes,
show.
I love that.
I could win Nailed It.
Yeah.
I could win Nailed It for
Those
sure.
Are all fuck ups though.
But well, yeah, but because I can't decorate for shit. I
Oh,
can
yeah.
make good tasting food, but
scary.
I can't decorate
Yeah.
for shit. They have you decorate the most like
Intricate
intricate
crazy.
looking stuff.
What?
All about Chuckarama.
She's all about Chucker.
Thank you, Tina Town.
Tina Town's a Chuckarama gal.
The ambulance does not come to Chuckarama,
No.
apparently.
Oh my goodness.
So let's talk about Pabst Nacho.
Pabst
Is this your
nachos.
stripper name hashtag or
This is
slash
Tilly the
persona?
comic's alter ego. Yeah,
Okay.
this is.
I loved the. Let's do leg lifts.
You know, Pabst isn't the most creative gal on the strip circuit.
Was this a pandemic thing, or I didn't look at the timeline?
Pabst Nachos was a character. Oh God. I might have. I have a cousin who is a drag queen. He is a 6'6" tall drag queen. Queen of Milwaukee. It's certainly in my eyes, and does all the parades. Her name is Maple Veneer on Instagram because tall as a tree and fake as shit. Maple Veneer. 7 feet tall in heels.
Oh my god!
Like, yeah, I've seen grown men like who are like really gruff and like die hard red people go running up to him and being like, "Oh my god, I want a picture with you," and like asking him questions and stuff like that, and it just blows my mind, and I love it.
So Milwaukee.
So yeah, Milwaukee. I'm from Wisconsin, and Pabst nachos. I was just thinking about stripper names and, like,
Things you
Cardi
like.
B and, I used to live in Juneau, Alaska is one of the places I've lived.
From
Oh,
there.
she's got it.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes. I know. That's one of my questions. I was like, you opened a
Juneau.
bar and one of my best friends owns a Triangle Club. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Oh
Yeah.
my God, I needed to do better research before I came on this podcast. That's amazing. That blows my mind.
Yeah, it's crazy
That's
weird.
crazy. Yeah, I helped open a bar on Douglas Island.
Oh.
They opened oh God, I'm blanking on the island pub
Oh,
on
wow.
Douglas.
Mm.
I opened that up. And it was
So
right down the
from
street
here-
from Pinky's, like that little place
Wow.
Pinky's and I used to bartend at Pinky's with pink hair, and they would
Oh,
call me Pinky sometimes, and I was like, no, but I had like that hair
Wow.
color, and it was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
a trip, but yeah, so I lived on the back loop.
Me too.
I lived-
I
yeah.
was born and raised on Moraine Way, which is right near the. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. That's where
Oh,
my dad
wow.
built a house there. 9630 Moraine Way. That's the
Oh
house my dad built.
That's
yeah.
amazing.
It's
That's
crazy,
amazing.
right?
Yeah, I used to have a dog, and it would go for hiking, and we'd walk in the Glacier River, the Mendenhall Glacier River,
Yes.
and she would wade in chest deep, and the summer rafts would come by, and everyone would just take pictures of us, and
Yeah.
specifically her, because
Right.
she was in 32-degree water, and she everyone
so
just thought she
awesome.
was amazing. I was like, I know tourists around the world have pictures of my dog
Yeah.
somewhere.
How
Wow.
long did you live there?
I lived in Alaska for approximately 2.5 years.
Okay.
2.5
What
years.
was your take on Juneau?
It was a really beautiful, beautiful, intense place. Like, I did not own a car for part of it, so I biked everywhere.
Whoa.
When I wasn't taking the bus, I biked everywhere or walked.
Is pretty decent though. At least it used to be.
Oh
when I
God,
was
yeah,
a
it
kid.
did. I mean, it
Yeah.
really did. And I used to bike, 5-10 miles to
Yeah.
go to places and stuff. Like, it was a very different life I was leading
Yeah.
at that time. And it
Yeah.
was a trip though, because you would go to work when it was bright out, and you would leave work at 2 in the morning.
So you
Work
lived
in a
on
bar.
the back loop, worked in Douglas.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I owned a car at that point. But-
Did you ever go to the Triangle Club? That's
Oh,
the one
of course.
my best friend Leanne owns.
Of course.
Yeah.
I went to every
Cool.
bar downtown.
Cool.
Yeah, I knew
Arctic
everybody.
Circle.
I knew
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
knew a lot
cool.
of people down there.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
What do you know her good friend Leanne
Leanne
Thomas?
I'm sure I
You
do.
probably
Like,
have
I'm
run
one of
into
those
her,
people
yeah.
I've in 30 years of working in bars over
That's
like
what I
6
wrote down.
states.
That's
Like,
crazy.
I've seen
Yeah.
so many people.
So how did you get that gig? To
Yeah,
come
how'd
up
that
and-
come about?
I actually moved up to Alaska to work with troubled kids. I worked with a lot of troubled youth. I had friends who worked for this company, and they were really good with severely emotionally disturbed kids. And I was a certified teacher at the time. I had gotten a teaching degree in art, and the war broke out. 9/11 happened.
Okay.
And so all the art jobs went bye-bye, and I could have stuck around Sacramento
Job
and
in Juneau, and you're like,
and my friends were like, come work with troubled kids, and I was like, cool. And I did that for a year plus until I got fired. I got fired for defending some kids against like the upper management and
That's
that kind of
okay.
BS.
That's a
And
decent reason to get fired.
and then I just kind of worked my way back into working in bars and restaurants. And then someone was like, hey, you know what you're doing, like, do you want to help me open this bar? And I was like, hell yeah.
Holy crap, that's so
Yeah.
fun.
Nice.
That's so cool. I love that connection. Because Juneau it's not an easy place to get to. I mean, it's fly
No.
or
No, fly
boat.
or boat, yeah.
What's that?
If you want to, you can't, you
No,
can never
there's no
drive there. You
driving
can't.
there.
No.
You can drive to the mainland through Canada
Yeah.
and take like
The
a
fast
week.
ferry.
Yeah, it could take-
somewhere.
from Bellingham.
Yeah.
And I actually lived in Bellingham,
Oh,
Washington
okay.
after Juneau,
Oh wow.
which
okay.
is the craziest thing
Yeah.
because I could have caught the ferry from Bellingham to Juneau, and I ended up moving from Juneau to Bellingham. It was very weird.
We took that. So I grew up in Juneau, and then my mom met a coastie and got married, and we ended up moving to Seattle because he got transferred there. But we took the ferry to I think it was a 3-day ferry, the slow ferry.
Slow ferry.
Yeah, to Seattle. That's how we moved.
Was the 3-day the slow one?
It was 3 days, yeah. We were like, and we didn't buy a cabin. We slept under stairs.
But what year was this?
This was a long time ago. I was like 12. So like 40 years ago.
I shipped my car down on the ferry.
Yeah. It's that's so
I'm
cool.
getting my
Juneau
pen cup,
is such it's a thing. Like, the Nuggets similar to Karcher Mall.
Yeah,
I feel
right.
like.
Oh my
Equally shitty.
Yeah, like I always tell people like, oh, I grew up with the Nugget. I mean, Nugget Mall.
Oh my God, the Nugget Mall is like literally like one lane. Like it is literally, and it's like a short
have the
strip.
Arches for the McDonald's. The arches were low. They would not allow. There was a huge vote on that when I was a kid. They wouldn't have the M up in the air. It's down low.
Did you go hiking by where the airport was? You could go hiking right by the runway of the airport.
Oh, I never did
And
that.
so planes would take off and land right over your head,
that's cool.
which was awesome, especially when you're taking off, because it'd be like, yeah.
Jeez.
So anyway, yeah, Pabst Nachos evolved from Juneau, Alaska, because when I turned 30, I didn't know very many people. I moved up to Alaska like a month before my 30th birthday.
And so you were single?
And so I was single. I had a couple friends up there, and they had a guy that I met who I had a crush on, so I ended up going on my birthday with one of my friends and a couple of my friends, and we went to see stripper mud wrestling.
In Juneau?
In Juneau, in a bar up on like on the second floor.
Oh,
that second floor
was it
bar.
The Penthouse?
Yeah, I think
used
so.
to go to the Penthouse. That was a fun place.
Yes,
Yeah,
and it was off
downtown.
more. It wasn't too downtown. It was the one off by the airport, and it was like a second floor bar or place. I'm out there, and it was we saw stripper mud wrestling for my 30th birthday.
Wow.
And like I got seats on the ringside so like they would come by and high five me, and because I made friends with the strippers in the bathroom right before, I just ended up chatting them up like, oh my God, you guys, thank you so much for coming. It's my birthday, and they're like, oh my God, it's your birthday, and then so they would come by and like high five me, and the two guys that I were with were like, oh my God, what the hell? Like how do you know them? And I was like, it's my birthday, So Pabst Nachos comes from like kind of like that story, and it comes from just sort of creating this character that I thought was very funny in my mind of like, not the most athletic,
a
not
little bit tired.
a little bit tired, you can picture her as fit or as unfit as you want her to be. She gets winded easily. I will say that. Like Pabst gets doing leg lifts, doing hip bridges, a couple sit-ups to get going.
I loved it. I thought it was hilarious.
Pabst Nacho. I have not seen that. I've got to go look.
You gotta watch
I got to watch Pabst Nacho.
It's fun to do crowd work. Sometimes I can't do crowd work with it because I can go and like be really awkward and like pretend to twerk awkwardly on people and like shimmy, like if you imagined your grandma shimmying in your face, like, oh my God, that's so aggressive. Like, oh, your drunken grandmother aunt, like, ooh, you like that, baby. You're like, oh God, no, please.
Oh my God.
That's so funny. God, so that's really cool.
Yeah.
I love a Juneau connection.
I've been a gypsy my whole
It sounds
adult
like it.
life. Like
So-
I'm very.
How'd you end up here? Or when did you start comedy? Where? Was it here?
Yeah, I
Oh,
started
okay.
comedy here in Boise right after my 45th birthday.
Oh my
I
God.
started doing comedy.
That's amazeballs.
Okay,
Pew, pew,
what
pew,
made
pew.
you decide
Pew, pew, pew,
at
pew.
45 to start doing comedy?
It was weird. It was like this weird realization Like, I don't know how to explain it. It was like I was watching a documentary. I'm one of those people, I go on these documentary junkies where I'll, if you have Amazon, you can go and find the craziest documentaries.
Yeah.
And I was watching the Just for Laughs documentary about these comedians who are trying to get into the JFL festival. And which is a huge, for people who don't know, it's a huge world comedy festival. And pretty much if you get into the Fresh New Faces, you are going to probably get famous because a lot of the people who are on Saturday Night Live go there. A lot of famous stand-ups, it's one of those things. So it was this documentary following them, and like I just watched this whole thing, and it was a relatively long series. And at the end of the series, when it ended, during the credits, I burst into tears.
Which said something to you.
And I was like, why am I crying about this? And I'm like, holy shit, do I want to try doing this? Wow. And so, excuse me.
Had you ever thought of it before?
No.
Were you a fan of stand-up comedy prior to that?
My whole life. Like, my dad is a huge stand-up comedy fan.
Okay.
My mom is an easy laugh. So I always made her laugh. I was definitely one of those class clown types, and but at one point I think my dad recommended, he's like, you should go and do comedy sports when I was in college, because they had comedy sports. And I, at the time, improv was improv, that to me sounded like I was such a jock growing up, which people look at me now like, you were a jock?
No,
and I was like,
that.
I was a hardcore jock
What
growing
did
up.
you-
I
what did you
played
play?
all the sports.
Oh, okay.
I played all
I
the
was
sports.
softball and soccer.
I was softball, soccer, volleyball, basketball,
Dang.
tennis, golf.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I did a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I was a very busy kid.
Yeah.
My parents kept me busy, and I kept myself busy because
Yeah.
I was just. I'm an only child, so
Me too.
Oh my
It's a
God, I
thing.
know. I'm an
Yeah,
only
it's a
child,
whole
so you
thing.
just want to be around other people. You
No,
want to
mine's
have
the complete opposite.
Oh,
I would like to be.
yours?
I'm
Yeah.
more better with quiet.
Oh, see, I craved.
yeah.
I craved. I had all my friends had big families, or at least a sibling.
Yeah.
So I would constantly.
Is your kiddo? Do you have one kiddo?
I have a kid, a single, but we
Oh.
want to foster someday.
Oh,
We
okay.
want to foster adopt someday.
Yeah.
But right now I have a single.
Gamer.
Yeah, I went to 42 weeks, so there was no fucking way that I
You're not
was
round
going
two.
to. Yeah, the placenta was breaking down in my uterus.
like,
For
"I'm
people who
holding on."
want to visualize it, it was he was like, "No, I'm good here. I'm good."
You're like,
Don't.
"Out."
And the doctor was like, "Yeah, we gotta, try to get him out." And they tried to get him out. They tried to
He's
induce
like,
labor,
"I'm happy.
and
All's well."
did not budge.
Jeez.
But he did break dance on my cervix during the 10th month.
Oh,
so,
good.
Nice.
because people don't think about that, 42 weeks is 10 months.
That is.
Well, that is
10
actually how
months of,
long my mom was pregnant with me. It was
Oh
10
my
months.
God,
Yeah.
so
Holy
wanna
crap!
stay
And
there
me
as well.
too. My mom went to
Yeah.
42 weeks and had to have an emergency C-section.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't.
She's
Yeah, I don't
like,
think mine had a
"Get
C-section, but yeah.
I had to
it
have an
was-
emergency C-section too.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah, 10 months.
Motherhood sucks. Don't do it.
So now, and you.
I love
so
my kid, but fuck, no.
You became a mom at 37. Is that correct?
I became a mom at 37. Yep.
No kids prior.
Yep. I am an old ass mom.
I want to know about the amazing husband behind Tilly the comic.
Oh,
'cause I
dude,
feel like
my
he has
husband
to
is
be
amazing. He is
Yeah.
amazing.
I would-
He
I
really
would think
is.
so.
He is the.
When did you meet him? Like what age?
I met him when I was 31, almost 32.
Okay.
So yeah, we met in our 30s
Yeah.
in Juneau,
Oh,
Alaska,
dang.
Ah,
at a mutual friend's wedding, and he was there visiting from Bellingham, Washington.
Oh, okay.
And we ended up meeting, hanging out that weekend,
I feel like
and then
it's,
dating long distance,
Okay.
and like
it's kind of
falling in
sometimes
love
hard
long
to
distance.
meet cool people in Juneau. It's
It was
like the
crazy.
same rotation of like, oh, you're.
Oh, I
that.
dated a convict. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, like
that's-
that's
it's
yeah,
a
an
hard
or
thing.
ex-convict. Sorry,
Yeah.
well, a convict. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
He wasn't currently in prison, but he had recently been. Great body, not too bright.
I mean, yeah.
Not
Yeah.
too bright. Not
No,
too
I
bright.
mean,
I mean, that's what
There
there is
was
to
a
do in
reason he
prison.
was
is work
around. There
out.
was a yeah. He could lift things, and yeah,
That
that's
was
about
it.
it. That was about it.
like, don't speak.
Just please, no,
You don't
seriously,
need to talk.
please don't speak.
I'll just look at you. Jeez, Juneau.
Yeah,
we-
no, he is a very cool human being, and he's the total yin to my yang. He is
Oh, that's awesome.
quiet,
So
calm,
you balance each other.
nice. Like
Yeah.
he's my total opposite.
Oh.
Yeah.
Loves your
But
food.
he's got evil. But he's
Oh,
got
does
a
he? Okay,
he's got
that's
an
awesome.
evil streak in him that only people who know him see, and I
Yeah.
love that about
Yeah.
him. That he's got a little
Little.
Yeah.
He'll get you
yeah,
somehow. Yeah, I like that.
100%.
What were we gonna say?
We have Jeremy Nelson and Aaron Y. Miller are
Oh my
watching.
God,
Hey,
Hello.
What's up?
Aaron, he was here for the grand opening. we
Yes,
got to
he
get him in
was.
here
Yes, we did.
by
Jeremy
himself.
and
So, Aaron,
he
that's
were
your
That was our first time
invitation.
officially meeting him.
Yes,
We'd
it
seen
was.
him at the Crescent, I think,
Oh.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
a
we
year
did
or
see him
two
at the
ago.
Crescent.
Yeah.
Beginning of 2020. I think it was right before the pandemic.
Pandemic.
Pre-pandemic. I
Yeah.
don't normally get toasted much anymore, and this is fun. I gotta say, and it's fun.
You had to be toasted in that when you were making that frittata thing.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Since then,
Okay.
yeah,
So
no.
I was like, holy shit, that's the amount she's pouring in.
Oh yeah, when I
was
did
like,
drink
I
a lot,
love
I
her.
drank a lot and fairly quickly. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I could hold my beer. It's just when you work in bars for 30 years, you
God.
can
Yeah.
you get a tolerance.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
you're a little naturally lushy, you get a tolerance.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
A natural lush.
I'm naturally
Yeah.
lushy.
That's what I'll call myself, naturally lushy.
I grew up in Wisconsin. My dad was raised like part of his life in a bar. I was raised like going to bar. Like my dad on his lunch break would not drink at bars, but he would go
He
to
would
bars
take
to
you.
get food and like play video games
were all
and
normal
pinball.
to
So
you,
it was
yeah.
like a very sort of like, hey, this is place has good burgers. We're gonna go here,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
you're allowed in with me, and it's fine. You
Oh,
know,
that's
like,
cool.
and we grew up, going to northern Wisconsin, where you would go to fish fries and bars and stuff. So,
Are you people still in Wisconsin or?
most of the family is still back in Wisconsin. There are, some of the cousins my generation are sort of now officially strewn about, but a lot of them are based
Solid base.
still there, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Do you ever
'Cause-
go back?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I went back for my cousin's 50th birthday and actually did a stand-up set
Oh,
there. That
cool.
was so much fun because
For your family.
he had drag queens. It
Oh.
was it was a fundraiser for my aunt's charity, or charity in honor of my aunt, and drag queens, musicians. My cousin does theater, so he had like Broadway people there
Wow,
singing,
cool.
and it was just one of those really awesome nights, and it was a lot of fun.
And your family.
Yeah, it was
That's
fun to
cool.
perform in front of my family, and it
Yeah.
was fun to see my family perform because some of my family performed that night too.
Oh, that's
And
awesome. Yeah.
we have some talented people,
Nice.
and they're all very funny. Like, especially everyone in my family is very funny, but like my dad's side of the family is especially very funny.
Mhm.
And we'll always flip each other shit ever since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
You know.
So, what was your first stand-up comedy time like? Was it here?
So
What
my
first
comedy
open
mom
mic?
is Reese Samuels.
Oh, okay.
For those of you who don't know, check her out.
Mhm.
She recently was at the Black Comedy Festival in Portland, Oregon.
LJ?
Yep.
LJ,
She get this her third year in a row, I believe. And so she and I worked together at restaurant, a fancy restaurant. We managed there together, and after I had my comedy breakdown, as I call it, sort of my comedy breakthrough / like I call it my mental breakdown. Everyone's like, no, like that's a good thing. I was like, no, but like, it was like when you're 45 and you think you're going to be like kind of doing normal shit,
Yeah.
normal quote unquote
Yeah.
shit that you were raised to be. Like
Right.
my parents are very. My mom's a teacher. My dad is a businessman.
Okay.
Like they're very Midwest. Like
They're following
they
the
both went to
standard.
college. They both got their degrees. They both,
Use it.
They both
Yeah.
use it like that. And they were like, they had this daughter who was like, I think I'm gonna drop out of school and move to Washington D.C. for a semester, and I think I'm gonna leave
Go to
Wisconsin and
Alaska.
move to Santa Fe, New Mexico, and
Wow.
I think I'm gonna not use my teaching degree and go to Alaska and run a bar,
Right.
like, or
Yes.
So they took
I
a
am
while for
actually-
them to
I'm
wrap
cut
their
from that
brain
cloth.
around
Yeah.
me, like okay, this is our child. But oddly enough, I was terrified to tell them that I wanted to do comedy,
Oh,
and when I told them, they were like, "That's amazing," and I was like, "What?" Like, you mean in my 20s I could have been like, I want to perform and do comedy, and they
Yeah.
would have been like, hell yeah. And like my dad, I did slam poetry in my 20s.
Okay.
I ended up doing the National Poetry Slam, performed
Oh, that's cool.
like in front of a lot of people, and my dad was supportive of that. And so I think that was kind of a segue,
Yeah.
you know.
So super supportive now.
Super supportive now.
Oh,
Came
that's
to
cool.
They lived out of state. I was in Boise's Funniest Person competition, and they ended up flying in for that. Like,
Oh, that's
very
awesome.
I'm very lucky.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
very opposite of what a lot of comedians you hear about them talking about. I am sort of that opposite, where like, and at the same time supportive, but like I was shocked to learn at my 45, like, the life that I've led, that is technically a comedian's life, but I just did it bartending,
Yeah.
was okay if I would have been performing.
Right.
But just bartending, it's fine. But like if I had been performing, it would have been okay.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Real quick, I just wanted to say hello to Eugene and Jake
Eugene.
Martin. Hello. Thanks for tuning
He's in my Bad Parents
Yes.
comedy show. You
Yes.
need to check that. All
Yes,
these people
yes,
mentioned,
yes,
because
Yeah.
we love these
they
guys.
are such
They're
funny
huge.
human
They
beings.
are. They've all been
And-
on the podcast as well.
Yeah.
I know, but
What?
like to the people listening
Yes.
today.
Yes.
I love the idea though of that it doesn't matter what age you are to start your thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 45. I feel like
Exact-
so many people are like, I can't do that because I'm.
That's
this."
kind of when we started
That's
this. I was
exactly- yeah.
45. You
I
were.
feel like you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
52
This is
now,
really
almost
cool.
48. And
Okay,
Yeah.
see, I
So-
totally thought,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so I'm 48, so yeah,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
knew you were my age. I didn't
Yeah.
think you were
Yeah.
older than me.
Yeah, same. Tanya
assumed
Cope was
younger.
Like, are we good? And
Are
I'm
we
like,
the
Yeah.
same age? I
The
know.
old
Are we
fuckers
the
rule.
same people?
Yeah,
Old
exactly.
fuckers
Cheers.
rule. Cheers, cheers.
Cheers to
Yeah,
old
so
fucker.
I feel like you should.
I'm
not,
cheersing to your. I'm definitely
Empty.
toasted because I'm cheersing to that and not that.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I am officially toasted.
So I don't think you should ever limit yourself. Your
No,
mind
definitely
is
not.
the limitation.
Yeah.
It's not. Don't let people fuck with you. It's whatever you want to do it.
Yes.
You know.
Well, I think the internet, like as shitty as the internet can be, I think the really cool thing is over the years I've seen amazing videos of old people diving out of airplanes
Of
and
course.
like
Mhm.
winning $1 million and going on adventures
just
and doing
killing it at
stuff,
their
or just
craft.
like doing whatever they're doing, like still just being vital. And it's like, well, fuck, these old fuckers can do it. I can do it.
we
You
thought
know,
Yeah.
at my
50
middle age.
or 40. When I was 16, 40 was like, oh my god, you're almost dead, right?
Oh,
But
yeah.
now
Yeah,
40
no,
is
yeah.
like, woo!
It's like I'm not
right.
even halfway there.
No.
I feel like a little bit.
No, I had a grandma that lived to be 100. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
totally.
like,
I was rolling my eyes because I have a friend who's in her 50s, and she's dating like she's a 20-year-old.
Exactly.
I was like,
Killing it.
it's definitely all bets are off in this era.
I feel like that,
Mhm.
and I'm glad about that because
Definitely. And comedy is great, and I grew up with it for sure. I
Oh,
definitely
that's
grew up
awesome.
with it. As far as my dad is a huge comedy junkie, and
So who are your biggest influences for your comedy?
Carol Burnett, who I'm seeing this month. Thank you very much.
What?
I'm so excited.
What?
Really?
Carol Burnett's playing at the
Jeez.
Morrison Center.
No.
It
Oh,
was
shit.
Postponed from 2 years ago, everybody.
did
I've been
not
waiting
know
for
Wow.
2 years, praying that the bitch wouldn't die. And I'm
Yeah.
so fucking thankful because I want to be one of the people standing up asking a question.
Oh my.
Like I used to watch growing up as a kid. Like I
Oh.
watched Carol Burnett reruns and
Yeah.
stuff. Like I'm a 70s kid. Like she's
so cool.
huge. Carol Channing, I love
Yes.
Carol Channing. The one who I'm dressed like this evening with the crazy hair.
Gilda Radner.
No. Older. Think laughing.
Joan Rivers.
She had a great laugh. No.
Laugh.
She
Mm.
oh god, I'm sorry. I'm a little toasted so I'm blanking. But
It's all about
she
being toasted.
she
Yeah,
is
you're
one
on
of my
brand.
influences for sure.
I did not know Carol Burnett was coming. I did not hear that.
I didn't know she was
That's
still
cool.
alive.
I didn't either. That's amazing. How old
She
is
lives
she?
she actually lives in Santa Fe, New Mexico part time, and I lived in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Did you run into
And
her?
I never ran into her, and she was
But
the
you
one
tried?
celebrity.
You, like, hanging
I
out
ran
at the
into a
store?
lot of celebrities, and she was the one that I was like, I want to meet her, and
Oh my
never did.
God. Who have you run into?
I banged Gene Hackman.
Bang?
I banged Gene Hackman when I was in my early 20s. Gene Hackman and I had an eye flirt, and I was like, heck yeah, Gene Hackman.
We just.
I was like, Lex Luthor and I were like, what's up? I got to actually flirt with Sam Elliott, like go up and talk to Sam Elliott, like, hello, darling, how are you? I was like, oh my God, nice to meet you, Mr. Elliott. Sploosh, have a good night. Like, it was like 100%, like my legs, I'm like, yes. He's old as sin now, but like
Yeah.
it was a
I
wonderful.
actually just listened to him on a podcast, and I was like, he sounds really old.
One of my friends worked for Val Kilmer, that kind of shit.
Wow.
Doesn't he live here or has a house here? Or Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer had one in Santa Fe, outside Santa Fe in Taos.
I thought I always heard he had something here.
He may in Idaho.
We're blasting the cold air right now.
Finally.
What the hell?
It's all good.
It's
My
it's been
dress
so
is
hot.
unraveling.
Oh no.
It's all good.
We don't
We
have
need some-
scissors yet. in
Oh, I
Toasted
thought we
Marshmallow
did.
Advent- No, we haven't brought them in.
No, there's a
I
pair
have-
of scissors right
Oh,
there.
okay.
I can see
There.
them.
It's all good. There we go. I'm a classy bitch. Look at that.
Okay,
I
let's
apologize. I did not shave before I came.
Your
I'm just a
cooch.
little
I mean,
bit.
we noticed.
Mali-
That's what we do at the door. It's
like the Fatal
show your
Attraction.
shit.
Yeah.
No basic instinct.
Here's a razor.
Spread them.
Pabst Nachos does not care. Pabst Nachos does not care.
Perhaps
We got to
nachos.
talk about Penzi's spices because I noticed those.
Oh, Penzi
Yeah.
Spices! Shout out! Oh my gosh, my
'Cause we were
uncle's
watching
They're
gonna.
not a
your thing, and I was
sponsor.
like, oh my God, Penzi's! Those are amazing spices. And Chris is like, what?
Penzi Spices, yes, and they
Yeah.
were like during the darkest times for those of us who are a little bit more on the liberal Democratic side. Penzi Spices would always post amazing little things in their catalogs about like
It's okay.
including everybody and freedom of speech and those
Okay.
kinds of things
Wow.
and it's a family business that we've been tied to since I was a child. When my uncle got married, his best man is the owner of Penzi Spices.
What?
And
Ah.
so that whole family, like that side of the family kind of grew up knowing them, and like everybody worked for the company.
Wow.
Everybody, and a lot of my family still work for that company. And they have great friggin' spices.
They really do.
Hmm.
And so I get my big bundles of them,
Yeah.
and I need see now that you're saying you want to see another Tilly the Comic Cooks. I,
really
need
want
to do
I don't feel like I'm the
a
only
Chili
one.
3000. I need to do a
That
Chili
was
3000
pretty
because
amazing.
Oh,
I think honestly that could be a paid program. I feel like you could get paid for that. It was so good.
Well, that's very
loved
kind
it.
of you to say
And
that.
like once a week, Chris and I would be like, Wednesday night, right? 'Cause every week we're like, what do we have for shows tonight?
Yeah,
And I
we
feel
only
like
watch a limited
it's
number of
very
shows. It's like
limited.
90 Day
But we went
Fiance.
through-
Oh my God, I love
It's
it.
like 1,000-Pound Sisters,
it's a whole
1,000-Pound Best Friend.
You like trash reality
um,
on like the highest degree.
this-
Have you been
is
watching
awesome.
Love Off the Grid?
Oh yeah, we watched
I am
that.
not one of those. I
okay.
am more of a reality.
Yeah, we're trashy.
I'm trashy in a different way. Like I'm like a Top Chef person.
Oh, I like Top
I
Chef.
am.
Okay.
I'm a cooking show reality competition
Yeah.
person,
I love
and like
those.
I used to watch Project Runway,
Oh, okay.
and those like fashion type things.
Yeah.
I'm
MasterChef?
I'm not Master
Oh,
Chef.
okay.
I'm very
You're
bougie.
specific.
I'm kind of bougie. Like I really am. I have to admit that. I am. But I love that you watch those shows. Like
And
how
we
long have you?
super for reals laid in bed last night, and I was like, "This is good, right?" And he's like, "Yes." And we
What?
just
That?
watched.
Oh,
It
or
was
show. Yeah, I
wild.
mean,
Normally, like we
there's
watch
some
shit and we're,
substances
like,
involved.
Five. Yeah, but still.
But still, it kept you.
It
Yeah, and
kept
when I
us.
clicked on it, it was on YouTube, and I saw there was like 30 or 35 minutes. I was like, I don't think we're gonna watch all
But
this.
we
But no,
did.
it like kept you
It kept us
going.
in.
Oh,
And
Jake Martin said something about Reese.
oh yeah, what did he say? He said, Reese Samuels is hilarious. You are lucky to have had someone so driven as your comedy mama.
Oh, thank you, Jake. I
We have not had
100%
Reese on
agree.
yet.
No,
You need to
we were talking about
100%
having her
have
on.
Reese on.
Hello
She's
to Julie.
amazing.
She is watching.
Oh, hello, Julie.
Julie Knutson.
Oh, Julie.
Yes. Hello,
Hey.
Julie. No, I don't.
You
It's
know?
different Julie, I
Oh.
think.
Oh, I don't know. I know a Julie Tillison.
Oh,
she
no,
was our
different.
workout.
No.
Hey, Julie.
Yes, workout
Yes.
buddy.
Oh,
back
that's
in-
awesome.
Yes.
Nice.
When we
Julie
worked out.
Knudsen.
Yeah.
Back when you worked out.
Yes.
Yeah, back before we
Been
got
a
home.
minute.
Back before you got toasted? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, we still got toasted then.
Yeah,
but we
but we
we had
worked out, so
classes
it
that we were
offset.
teaching,
It
so we
offset.
had to.
Really?
we
okay,
had
so
to
you're
show up.
Sporty Spice too.
We were body combat instructors.
Yeah.
We were
That's
up
how we
on
met,
stage.
actually.
Yeah,
I was
he
her
my
instructor.
and I
Oh
was like,
my
Yes.
God, my
Yeah.
creep. I love it.
No, it
No,
was
she-
me.
she came
I was
on to-
like,
she came on to
"Oh,
me."
shit."
Oh my gosh,
I'm
I
going for
love it
that
that
guy.
you were
Yeah.
I
like,
was on
like,
the
"Hi."
inside. I
hello.
lost weight and I was like, "What's up?"
You're
I really-
adorable. I love
That's how
that. That's
that went down.
amazing.
So yeah, and then
like
so
that.
she ended up getting certified, and then we taught together all the time.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then we stopped. And here we are.
Yeah.
That's
Like, constantly
amazing.
talking about
though.
carbs.
I love that. I
Yeah,
constantly-
we're like,
and
fuck.
watch programs about it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We're like,
exactly.
that looks amazing.
That's carb heavy. Yeah. I
Now, in
wanna
your
do a-
cooking shows, do you provide any nutritional information?
No, don't. Please don't. Not on that one.
Especially the hangover
Yeah.
breakfast. Because that is also driven by what is in your fridge.
Yeah.
Like, you have to have a couple days of working. Like, and it's also partly, like, you have to have a couple days of either getting takeout food at least 2 or 3 times that week. You have to have a combination of, being hungover to be this creative. And because you got to just be like, what would be fucking good? And probably more than a little baked. If I'm going to be honest, I get very creative. I'm one of those weird people, like, I like to put weird things together sometimes where
Yeah.
I'm like, let's try this. And so
Yeah.
that's where that comes from.
The
like,
awesomeness about that was like, I hate being on the phone, but I said to Chris, if she called me and she was just like, I could just set her up and I'd watch that. Like, I hate talking to people on the phone, but I would, something about that, the way you presented it.
I try to talk like
Yeah.
someo's just like in my kitchen
Yeah,
with me.
I
Like,
think
we're
that
like
was
a
it, 'cause I
friend,
was
like
like-
I'm talking to a friend.
Yeah, I was like, I could totally be on the phone with her if she was like, hey, Wendy, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt that. So
Well, thank you.
I feel like this is a thing, and I wish you would. We wish you would do more.
Well, I will.
Go
I've
look in
had
your
more
fridge.
people. Yes, I definitely have had some ideas for
Pretty
some
amazing.
dishes that
Yeah.
my parents kind of remind me. I was like, oh yeah, I could cook that on Tilly the Comic Cooks for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
My parents, had
and we watched the Quick Five. Was that just a pandemic thing?
Oh, live at a quick live for a quick 5. Yeah, that was a pandemic thing that I was just like, okay, I need to
just be
flex. I need to flex my comedy muscles and practice. And I definitely, like everybody else, kind of had that shock of the pandemic where,
we're like,
I mean, literally the pandemic happened and I lost 3 actual jobs and 4 gigs. One of which was my first hosting weekend at Liquid.
Oh, God.
So, which was like the comedy, mecca for me. Like, okay, if I start hosting here, that's the next step, And so, I definitely went into that kind of funk where I wasn't going to do stuff. And then my mom hates that first Tilly the Comic Cooks because I'm kind of drunk. And I'm like, I guess I'm going to try this. Like, I guess I'm going to try it. Like, the very first one, there's an intro where I'm just like, hey... I think so, yeah, on YouTube. On the very first one, I'm just kind of like, hey, I gotta figure out something, and I thought, fuck, I can cook, and I can talk to a camera, and part of it was I had a friend during the pandemic, my best friend, one of my best friends, Jenny lives in LA, and she and I would FaceTime almost every day, because she had to stay home and take care of her dad, who had a kidney transplant as well as diabetes. So she was taking care, and she lives in California, so she was severely locked down compared to Idaho.
Right.
And my husband is a physical therapist assistant in an elder care facility, long-term elder care facility.
Yeah.
So we were locked down extremely. I became someone who wanted to have a kid but never wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I was one of those people. I was one of those people. I am one of those people. So I was a stay-at-home mom for 16 fucking months. Like, talk about the longest job of your life.
Yeah,
like, the longest year of your life. I was 16 months. And it was, and my son was very awesome. Like,
seems cool.
He's a very cool kid. He has a very wicked sense of comedy. Like, he is wickedly smart and has good comebacks, and for 9, 10, 11-year-olds.
You were super chill. You were like, hey, keep it down. But
like
this much alcohol.
No, like one thing we've always done is we've tried to talk to him like an adult. Like we were never super
yelling,
baby at him. Like I'm probably more baby to him now because I know it like will drive him crazy than being like when he was a baby. Because that's annoying as fuck. Like, it's annoying as fuck, and it doesn't do anything for their vocabulary.
Yeah, exactly. Talky baby talk.
Yeah, so he's got a good sense of humor, and he had to put up with, I'm a moody bitch, so he had to put up with, me as much as I had to put with him.
Short person with a short waist, crotch is like an easy bake oven, bitter ass and cheap ass bitch. These are things I wrote down about you. Yeah. You said that. I wrote down your words. Yeah.
Your description of yourself.
Yeah. Crotch is like an easy bake oven, bitter ass and cheap ass bitch. And I was like, I like her.
Oh my God, that's been a long time. It's been a long time. I love that.
We scour the corners of the internet for our questions.
I appreciate you. You guys are amazing. No, you have an amazing podcast. Like,
so,
thank you.
Are you working now? Because I saw something where you're like, I haven't been working for 6 months. So it's like,
oh shit. No. Well, I am now. I've been working for about 7 months now.
Okay.
I work in veterinary medicine.
Nice.
I work in reception at veterinary medicine, which is hilarious and very weird.
Yeah.
And the fact that they haven't fired me yet is shocking.
Are you making jokes on the phone?
I'm not always the most appropriate when I should be. I try to reel it in when I can, and they're a pretty chill, cool company, and I knew the hiring person knew me before she had hired me before for another vet job. And she left that vet job, and she was the reason I took that job because she was such a cool manager.
Yeah. And
then she was like, yeah, bye, peace, after 2 months. I was like, you bitch. And then we always stayed in touch because she was always super supportive of my comedy, and I went to her bachelorette party. Like, she was just one of those things where we really connected.
Yeah.
And then towards the end of the big lockdown pandemic part, she called me right before I was about to go on my comedy tour. I was going to go on a comedy tour in Northern California, and she said, "Do you want to work for me?" And I was like, "Oh, I got to go do my comedy." And 2 days into my comedy tour, an abscess formed in my mouth after a dental procedure the week before, and my face swelled up. So my dad had to fly to Oakland and like drive me back overnight, and like proceeded to start like weeks of misery and trying to fix this issue in my mouth. And so my first ever comedy tour, where I had booked out every night of that tour, like I got it booked, to do some time in all these different rooms. And so, yeah.
Cut short.
So when I got back, I was like, hey, I've got a bunch of medical bills, and I would love to come work for you. And it's proven to have some very funny stories that I'm getting
cool.
out of it. Like, yeah, I will say that in every vet clinic, they have emotional and personality markers for your pet. Like, they have little symbols for your pet.
Ours is terrifying.
Your dog is terrifying?
Well, not to us. No, to us he's perfect.
So you got a muzzler? You got someone who needs to get muzzled at their treatments?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, they would have, like, needs to be muzzled, and a symbol would pop up. Yeah, exactly.
Hazard.
Yeah.
Big red caution for sure, as well as some other
We've got
symbols.
them on Prozac now.
Yeah,
if you guys were dicks, we'd have a special spot in your chart for that as well. There's a spot in the communications to this side, like if you write a memo in this area, you will this owner is no, I'm just kidding. But so I was always thinking what would be awesome if humans had that, especially think about people with autism and people who are just awkward and not good at reading social cues.
Yeah.
Imagine you're on a blind date and someone walks into the bar and there's a stoplight above their head and it's lit up green. It's like, okay, this is a friendly one. Pats and rubs are okay. Who's a good boy? You are. You are. Yes, you are. You're a good boy. How you doing? And the date might end up in bed or in a park play date.
Right.
You don't know. You don't know. If someone's a nervous Ned or an anxious Annie, a lavender heart pops up glowing above their head, and we need to speak calmly and approach them slowly. These ones spook easily. You don't want to go too fast. You want to go easy. And then, let's say another date walks in and, full-on Bane muzzle, hello, I'm your date for the evening.
I love you.
And just, Bane muzzle, and you're like, okay, no direct eye contact.
Coming sideways.
This one does not want to be touched. This gal does not want to be touched. And for fuck's sakes, don't put your hand near her food. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
Do not go near the food.
Yeah, so it is definitely has given me some material for sure. And they're super nice.
Yeah.
They all come to my shows. They're all they'll come to the shows.
Wow, that's cool. So what shows? Tell us. What do you have going on?
Well, I typically do the mom joke shows with Crystal Moore. She was the first person to kind of help me go pro, so to speak.
Crystal.
She was the first one to kind of snatch me up after BFP, and Reese was the one who coached me, kind of helped me coach through BFP, and then Crystal's been great for that. Jen here at the lounge has been super supportive. I've opened up for Bob DeBuono. I've opened up for Sean Pulaski. Thanks to Bree Jones on her contest. You need to. You definitely need to. And then I just did Comic of the Month with Haley Lenhart-Weiss. I did that competition. I did all new material and lost terribly, and Dylan Hunter deservedly won.
Well, fuck it. You were trying new shit.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's
It was
awesome.
fun. I love getting a chance to try new shit.
Yeah.
I have no problem going up and eating it. And after the pandemic, when you're literally performing to nobody.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's really
Getting
easy to
something.
perform to silence because you're
Yeah.
like, okay,
I'm
yeah.
used to
Okay.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I perform in front of my tiki bar in
Did
my
you
house.
do Zoom shows at all?
I
during
did some Zoom
Okay.
shows. I did do some Zoom shows. I
Rough,
did not
or-
do enough as I should have
Mm.
because they were very. They ended up being good for a lot of people, and they still are.
Yeah.
But I did a few. I didn't do as many as I could have for sure. But
But you had
Yeah.
a life, a family, a whole thing.
Child.
hell yeah, and
young
depression
child.
and anxiety
Exactly. All
from
the
the
shit that went
fucking
with that.
yeah, the pandemic. Like, come on, like.
Yeah.
We were like another day at home.
During the,
What are
well,
we
see,
doing?
during the pandemic,
worked.
well, I worked at a
Yeah.
hospital at the time, so
So you
I
and my
didn't-
husband were going to work dealing with
Yeah.
COVID people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't laid off. We were working our same
And I
schedules we
cleaned
always
houses,
worked.
so it was hit and miss
So-
whether
Oh,
people
yeah.
want me or not. But a lot of days initially, I was like,
And
"Oh,
also, I was
I'm
doing
home."
DoorDash. Does anyone know
Yeah.
Bryce P. Stallings? He's watching.
Oh.
Hello,
Hey,
Bryce. Thank you
Bryce.
for
Hello, Bryce.
watching.
Thanks for
What's up?
tuning
Hello,
in.
Bryce. Yes, thank you.
Aloha.
What was I saying?
Hello, whatever that means.
He's like, who is this like
Where
Justin
are
Bieber,
we?
Cruella Deville looking bitch?
You were talking about.
Oh yeah, so I was
Sorry.
doing DoorDash as well at the time.
Oh yeah, a lot
And
of
so
people were
everyone
doing
was
that.
getting shit delivered. So
Yeah.
my work did not
No, it didn't
like
move.
go away at
No.
all.
I was like,
I
what
was-
a dick.
Thank you for being an essential worker.
You are welcome.
Oh,
appreciate
see,
it.
I was like, what a dick.
I know, and working in psych at the time. So
Oh,
inpatient
God.
psych. Yes.
Yeah.
hmm
Jeez Louise.
So it was something. Yeah.
I wanted to work, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I was kind of like, what a dick, because my people were like, let's wait 2 weeks to a month before you come back. I was like, I'm fine, but yeah, it's all different now. Now I feel like it's, who knows, wear a mask, don't wear a mask, still get it, you're vaccinated, blah blah blah. It's all weird.
Yeah.
Like, I got it, they didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone want to talk about the Freedom Convoy that came through today?
Oh, my
did you
husband.
see it?
I did not see
I
it, but
went
my
to-
husband
I
saw
drove
it, and he
to
was
Boise.
like, "Oh my God!"
know
I
you
was,
saw it, yeah.
I was driving. And my husband was driving back from his PT on his shoulder because he had
Oh my
completely tore his
God, I
shoulder,
called Chris.
and he was like,
It's a fucking
he was like,
parade.
"Oh my God, these douchebags are freaking driving like holding
you
up
see
traffic."
every single freeway
Overpass.
was
yeah.
like full of flags and people, and then the truckers were I was driving to Boise, and I called Chris, and I was like, oh my God, this is a super thing. And then people were coming with flags on their trucks, and the truckers were honking. I was like, it's a fucking
Yeah.
parade on the freeway.
Yeah, one of my Facebook friends posted pictures like, taught my kids something they don't learn in school today. They were out there with a fuck Biden flag, you know.
like
And
that's
They're teaching
I
their
had,
kids.
I had to hold back so fucking hard.
Like,
Yeah.
don't be educated.
Yeah.
Be out there spewing hatred. You know what, kids in Idaho? Education, we need to have more of it. It's positive. It's a good thing. The more education we have, the less likely we'll have these people in office take advantage of us, because all they're doing is they complain about California, but they let buildings happen like in California,
I don't know.
and yet there's no one to work in those buildings.
No.
So why are they doing that? Probably because they're getting some money in their pocket. Vote different. Even if it's for a different Republican, vote different, please.
Yeah.
I don't mean to get political for a second, but
Yeah.
Jesus,
No, we
like,
try not
they're
to.
trying to steal you blind. I'm sorry. I'm like, I've
Yeah.
lived in so many states, and I've seen this before, and this one's really bad here because they're like, no, we have a surplus and we're not using it for our educators, when we could have the number one education
And yet we
system
rank
in the country,
lowest
and we
on
rank
most polls.
dead last.
Yeah, it's like embarrassing.
It
Yeah.
is. But,
Well,
you
and
know,
with
we can-
everything that's going on with Ukraine, and they're fighting for
and I'm Polish.
actual
I wore my
freedom,
Polish. Yes, they're fighting for actual
Yeah,
freedom. It's
not
a little
vaccine. Yeah,
critical.
so,
Yeah.
You're
Sorry.
Polish?
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
Dang.
I don't know what I am. I'm here.
Yes, I'm here.
I'm
here.
I'm like Hitler's dream. I'm the whitest person on the planet.
You
like
are,
I'm
in terms of,
Polish,
like,
Dutch,
when
Norwegian,
you just-
and
Well, didn't he fuck over
English.
Poland?
But you
Oh, he
You're,
did.
Like,
Yeah.
almost
But still,
white.
look-wise, like I am
You're-
very. I have normally have white eyebrows.
Yes,
Like I have
and
white
I
eyelashes
was like,
and.
holy shit, look at her eyelashes.
Oh yeah, and Tilly the comic cooks. Like sometimes, like there's no makeup
I actually
involved.
loved it. I was like, oh shit.
I am very blonde.
Yeah, you really are.
I am.
Like,
Yeah, I'm a
blonde
redhead. I'm a strawberry blonde. Yeah.
eyelashes.
Okay.
I was like,
My
I
son
kinda
is
want
more.
that.
My son is a ginger, full on.
Okay.
Like,
Ah.
he's not dark red, but he's a light strawberry red
Yeah.
ginger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today, I had to call Chris because I was like, there's flags, there's trucks, there's big trucks.
I know.
There's the whole
And, like,
thing.
And don't get me wrong, I support truckers 100%. That's a
course.
fucking hard ass job, and you
Yeah.
are the lifeblood
Let's just
to
not
our
be
country. 100%, you are the lifeblood to our economy. But like,
You've been
what
misinformed.
does that have to do with
Exactly.
like?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've been just Anyway.
Same.
Anyway.
Same.
Yes.
That's what I call them.
And that's been your political talk of Tips
Where
of
we
Marshmallow
say
Adventures
no.
podcast.
I know, like
Say
I like to
everything.
appeal to everybody, but sometimes
Us
I'm like,
as
are you
well.
fucking kidding me?
Yeah,
Like,
sometimes you have to step back and say that.
if you
know?
don't have at least 1 degree, try to get at least half a degree. Like,
Yeah,
please, because it'll open your eyes to so much.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
really will.
I was like, a lot of people took time off today to like stand on an overpass with a flag.
Yeah, with a flag. Woo!
Yeah, when truckers went by.
Yeah.
I heard one honk. Pew, 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 pew. So I think that made people happy, but
Oh, yeah, they jizz over that. With a trucker honking. Yeah,
trucker honking.
yeah, they
I'm
jizz
sorry if I
over-
blew out anybody's eardrums on that one.
they
That's
jizz
hilarious.
over a fucking trucker horn.
That's hilarious.
So
Oh
it's
my God.
8:45
Quarter to
Hi,
9. How long have we
that's
been
it.
going?
since 8:30-ish or
Oh, did we?
7:30-ish. Yeah,
7 there.
right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
What do you,
It's,
do
well,
you have anything coming up? What do you...
Well,
What you
I
got
know
going?
that I have stuff coming up in April. I apologize. We have had a clusterfuck of life for the last 4
Oh.
months, like
Wow.
a lot
We're
of
down.
people.
We understand.
Yeah.
Like a
Clusterfuck
lot
of
of
life.
a lot of people have had that. It's been
Mhm.
very weird.
We're in it
Yeah.
deep.
It's
We're
been
deep
very
in the
weird.
clusterfuck of
Yes.
life.
I actually purposely brought my this is the card we sent out we're sending out this year for people. It's not
It's
a
your
Christmas
Christmas
card.
card?
No, it's not a Christmas card. It's not a New Year's card because
Wait, let's see the
who
fanny
has
pack.
fucking time
Let's see
for
the
that?
fanny pack.
Does she have
Oh
her
no,
fanny
this is the
pack?
badass fanny pack. This is the T-Rex Coach fanny pack.
Ah, it's actually Coach.
Oh, it's 100% Coach.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
This is like this is my one like foofy thing that
Oh, is
I'm
it?
not. I'm very non-binary in a lot of ways, and this is like I fell in love with this and had to
T-Rex
have this.
Coach?
This is a
What?
limited like yeah. I have people go like certain people are like that's fucking fire, and I'm like thank you. And then my mom was like, "What?" You know, and even my husband was like, "If you want it, like." Okay.
All right.
I kind of love your
I'm-
husband.
Oh,
I
my
feel like
husband
he
is
must be
amazing,
An
like-
awesome dude.
Yeah, my husband.
And he's
Everyone
totally-
knows my
Glimpse of
husband.
him on your cooking thing.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a cool dude. Who's
Yes.
going along with what she's got going.
You guys are combat people. He's
Yeah.
a kung fu person.
Oh,
Ah,
nice.
Yeah,
okay.
he has a lineage going
Oh,
all the way
that's
back
cool.
to China, like his
Wow.
teaching lineage. Yeah.
Dang.
Okay.
And for people who don't understand that, your teaching lineage is essentially the teacher who taught you, who taught that teacher, who taught that teacher,
Yeah.
kind of like your grandparents and
Yeah.
so forth. It's sort of like that. And if you can trace your teaching lineage back to the mainland of China, that's a big ass deal.
Wow.
And
Nice.
so, yeah, he actually he reminded me the other day. This is my husband. And it was one of these kind of offhand comments. He's like, "Well, yeah, you remember I had a chance to be on the Canadian Olympic team." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "They asked me to be on their kung fu team for the Olympics, but I didn't want to like do fund I didn't want to like it cost a lot of money and I didn't have it." And I was like, "Wait, I'm sorry. This was like
Oh,
right when
my
you were
God.
like right before you met me." I was like, "I would have freaking fundraised for you." For,
Of
like, are you
course.
kidding me? Like,
Yeah.
I would have.
so yeah, my husband.
Wow.
Yeah, my husband is a
I would love to meet
cool
him someday.
dude. Yeah, you
Yeah.
for sure will. For sure will.
Cool.
But yeah, so this
Yeah.
is our New Year's card to end the show, and I'll let you. This is a portrait of the 11-year-old gamer who is a big part of my comedy. Is my son, for those of you who've heard my stand-up. And by the way, I still, again, don't recommend parenting
Is that
if
your
you
last
don't
name? How do
want
you
to.
say that?
Oh, I don't want to say that.
Oh, okay.
That's Tilly is my name, but like
Yeah.
you can read the body of the
How
card
did you get your name?
from my husband.
Oh, okay.
It's German.
Okay.
It's a
no,
weird,
I
but it
mean
sounds
Tilly the
Spanish.
comic.
Oh,
I
Tilly
mean-
the comic. Tilly
Is
is
Tilly
just
your-
Tilly's a family nickname.
Okay.
And it was based off of my maiden name
Okay.
and also my dad's name and stuff like that. But Tilly the comic just
I love it. It's
Tilly
really
the comic
cool.
is sort of old timey and kind of
Yeah.
kind of smarmy, but it's one of those things that it was like on Instagram when it came out. Like it was like, okay, well, I want to have this name and be the only Tilly,
Yeah.
but I want to make sure people know it's a comedy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
I
then
love it.
Tilly the comic sort of.
Yeah, and we've seen you. I mean, we've seen you around, like Tilly the comic.
On
Tilly the comic.
different stuff online and things
But
like
never-
that.
I
Yeah.
don't think
So
you've ever seen her live, right?
no, we haven't
No.
yet. So
We'll-
when's
we'll
your next show?
definitely-
You said.
Well, our
Good
next
to go.
big show is going to be in April, and May we're going to be doing Femme Fatale and Mom Jokes with Crystal Moore. So be sure to check out
Okay.
Crystal Moore with
Okay.
2 O's Productions because she
Okay.
has a lot of stuff, and I'll be putting her in all my bios and stuff, and
Yeah,
I'll be doing another
yeah.
Tilly the Comic Cooks. I'll say
Are
it here
you gonna
first
do
now.
some Pabst?
I don't know, like with that one, I like it depends on the show because
Yeah.
mom jokes, and
Yeah,
I
true.
also like to. I write a lot. Like other comedians will tell you, I write a lot, and so I like to try out new material, and that could be detrimental sometimes because I should be working on other stuff that I've written before, but
I think it's
I really
awesome to
like
try stuff.
try
Yeah.
new things
Honestly,
because I'm
if
a little
you
too
post
ADD.
New cooking things. Somehow tag Chris and I because
Oh
Yeah,
my
we'll
god, I
watch
will
that.
totally tag Toasted
Yeah.
Marshmallow. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
My
I love that. It was so good.
and I will have to look at one of your favorite programs that you like to watch too, just so I
Oh, Jesus.
90 Day
It's
Fiance.
really
and
trash.
It's
really-
bad. It's not.
Like, if you want to
Love
not
is
think-
Blind.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think we've watched that
Not
one,
yet.
but no, not yet. No. All right. Well,
Thank
thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much
Thank
for
you
being
so much.
here
This was
tonight. This
wonderful.
was
I
awesome.
appreciate
Thank
you.
you so
I
much.
appreciate you
Yes.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. This was so much
Anything
fun.
you want to plug? Anything you want?
I
people
think
to-
we've already plugged it. I
Okay.
mean, I
Shows in
want to say
April.
thank you to my family because they're
Yeah.
super awesome, and
Yeah.
all my comedy friends
Like your
and
husband's
family. My
involved,
comedy
your
family
kiddos.
is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're part of it now. I mean, you're definitely part of the comedy
We
family
love
now.
this family.
Yeah.
These people are
We are
amazing.
glad that everyone
Yes.
has accepted us
Yes,
in
we're
kind
so
of to the
grateful.
group.
Well,
So
yeah, and there's
yeah.
so many cool places to do comedy in the Treasure Valley
It's
now. Like it's
amazing.
becoming, since Liquid had to go its own way.
Yeah.
The fact is, other places have stepped up,
Yeah.
and there's multiple places to see people, and there's always new
So
like.
cool.
I'm thinking of ideas for stuff that I kind of want to do, and I'm venues I want to reach out for. I mean, we just did the Service Industry Show in December.
Right.
We do that twice a year typically. I produce that, and we had it at Neurolux, and so
Yeah.
we
Right.
had comedians sharing the stage that other famous bands, like I saw Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats
that's
there.
cool.
Like so many people have seen so many great bands of their favorite genres there, and so the comics were pumped to be at Neurolux,
Yeah.
and so we want to do a lot more stuff like that.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
down.
And are you
Yay!
going to
Awesome.
the Dexter's band show
Oh, yeah.
at
Chris told me about
the
this.
at the
Dexter.
VAC?
Oh,
Did you
the
watch
vac.
Dexter? Did you watch Dexter?
I did not watch Dexter, but I know of which you refer.
Yes,
and
he
I
has
know
a
the
band.
VAC for sure.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, they're coming here April or
And
something
we
like
want to
that.
go because it's.
We
like-
want to meet Dexter.
Yeah.
You want to meet Dexter? That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. We don't want to meet Michael C. Scott.
No, I don't think I can see him any other way, other than.
Yeah, and the band. Have you ever
That'd be a
listened to their
trip.
music at all?
No.
It's
So
kind of
crazy.
yeah, it's kind of trippy. I don't know what category I'd put it in. And then in the promo, Michael C. Scott has like face makeup on and things like that.
Want to be like Kiss, but like goth Kiss.
Might
or
be a little
something.
goth, a little emo-ish. It's a little different, yeah.
Not
Listen to
death
some.
metal.
No, definitely not death metal, but yeah, I don't know.
Where's he playing?
The VAC, what is it?
I
What's that thing?
forget what it stands for, but it's
The-
in Garden City.
Oh.
Yeah, mhm.
It's sort of on that alleyway
Yeah.
in Garden City.
Something.
from the
It's like
ranch.
an artist collective.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the A and the C of the VAC. I don't know what the V is.
Yes, I know. I'm horrible about that. But yeah, vaccine.
Vaccine.
Like
Different.
everything is.
Vaccine Artist Collective. That's exactly what it is.
Thank you so
Yes.
much. We
Thank
love
you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. And everybody for saying hi to us online.
Yes, definitely.
Anytime you want to come on, if you're promoting something, just
Yeah, just
we're
let us
here.
know.
Thank you.
We're
Yes.
here or we can be here.
Well, and if you
Yes.
show
Or we
up,
can
my
be
God,
in
I'm shouting you out. If you show up to a
Heck
show,
yeah.
we're shouting out Toasted
Oh,
Marshmallow.
definitely. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm signing out.
I'm signing off.
I'm Chris Adams.
I'm Wendymosher. Hashtag get toasted.
Stay toasted, and thank you
Boom.
so much, Tilly the comic.
We
It was great
love
having you
her.
tonight.